Welcome back to another edition of our Midwest Garden Pro series. Today we're here to talk about pollinators and how you can attract them to your garden using native plants. There are many benefits to using natives in the landscape. Their adaptation to local climate, the fact that they require lower maintenance after establishment, and maybe most importantly, their importance to pollinators and other wildlife. The Midwest Native Gardens were designed and installed by Austin Eichscheid and Jens Jensen in the spring of 2020. The gardens are composed primarily of natural garden natives, our collection of plants that are local ecotype to within 90 miles of St. Charles, Illinois. These plants have evolved with the pollinators indigenous to this area. Native plants are often thought of as too wild or unwieldy to be used as a main component in a design landscape. The intention of these gardens is to change those perceptions of natives, to put aesthetics at the forefront and show examples of how they can be used on a different scale. Residential-sized compositions or smaller statured plants in smaller numbers are appropriate for a typical home's front entrance. Mid-sized displays can be used for slightly larger areas, such as a backyard of a residential property. The largest scale incorporates bigger plants in greater quantities and is appropriate for sizable spaces like a corporate campus. Today we're focusing on the residential garden part of the design, specifically with an interest in pollinator plants. When installing this garden, plugs and pint-sized perennials were primarily used in an effort to showcase how quickly natives can grow and fill in a garden. Planting smaller sizes can also help increase the biodiversity of the garden footprint. Once a native pollinator garden is established, it has very low water needs and is low maintenance for the homeowner. The residential area was designed with clump-forming plants that grow up to 2.5 feet tall at maturity, which helps ensure they play well with other plants in the garden. These combinations support pollinators by providing varied habitat, host plants for larval stages of native insects, and nectar and pollen sources for adult insects to feed themselves and their offspring. Let's look at a native design that offers multi-season interest in all-year color while also delivering a continual food source for pollinators. Geum Triflorum, a favorite of bumblebees, can be used for spring color. Coreopsis and Asclepias are excellent nectar and host plants for summer. Asters and Solidago work as a food source for pollinators in the fall as they prepare for winter. Many grasses are also host plants for skippers, and the hollow or pithy stems are perfect for some bee species to lay their eggs in. Some other highlights from this garden include Lythrum alatum, which stays shorter and will have beautiful pink-purple flowers in spring and summer. Echinacea pallida is an excellent nectar source and makes for a perfect focal point as its 3-foot flowers peak above the shorter plants in the garden. For a dry spot, the combination of Dalea purpurea, Asclepias tuberosa, and Eragrostis spectabilis create a dynamic texture that works in the front or middle of a bed. A grass border of carex was added into our garden design for whimsy, but also keeps everything in the garden nicely contained. There are limitless options of combinations to consider when planting a native pollinator garden. We hope you take the opportunity to visit the Midwest Native Gardens and draw some inspiration from the designs we've created. You can find the plant list for this garden at midwestgroundcovers.com or visit naturalgardennatives.com to view all the natives we offer. Happy planting!